So we have our program, and in our program, we agreed that we are going to be looking at the Java and mobile application development. I know there are some people who were not there when we met the first time, but we'll meet for the first 40 minutes today, and then we'll meet again during the week. But the first 40 minutes, what we are going to do is just do a recap on what we are supposed to cover. First of all, for those who were not there, I know it will be boring for those who attended the previous meeting. We need to know that for us to work, we'll have to have a development environment. So our development environment will allow us to create the mobile apps. Now, just like any other programming language or any other development, we need the tools that we will have to. I'm sharing that so that we can now start following clearly. So we need tools. So the tools that we need for these are as follows. One is the IDE, which in this case is the Android Studio. Okay. And then the second part that we'll need is, first of all, I need to mention you need a computer. Basically, you need a computer for where to do this from. And must have the latest updates of Windows. So you must have the latest updates of Windows. And also in Windows, you must install the Java, we can call it the Java Development Kit, but you can also install what is referred to as the Java Runtime Environment. Okay, but when you are searching, you can actually just search for JDK. This will be very helpful for you, JDK. Okay. Hope people have followed this part.
Yes.
Yes, I
yes,
know.
Sir. Just a question, sir.
Yes.
How do you know that the Java is installed on the computer?
Okay, in order to do that, you have to run command prompt. You have to run command prompt. Let me just share my command prompt. Are you seeing my command prompt?
Oh yes.
Yes. So you have to run your command prompt like that and just say Java and then dash version. That should give you that. So when you see this, that means your Java is installed. It's a runtime environment, so you will not see a particular application installed that you can look and see. It's the same way we install, for example, the same way most of you installed your Zoom, and you can see an icon of Zoom. No, you won't see that. What is there is it's just a runtime environment for Java-related applications. Now, in most cases, you might find that your computer already has this Java runtime environment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So it will be something you have to check. So make sure you take note of this. It's Java, it can be small letter or capital letter. Java space dash version. This part, just take note, that's the command you use to check. Peter, thank you for your question. Any other question, gentlemen and ladies?
What about if, sir, you are typing the command, then it is telling you that it is not recognized? Does it mean that it's not installed yet?
If you type the command, for example, you type Java like that, and you press enter, and it doesn't do what it has done on my screen, it means you haven't installed yet. Have you seen what has happened? I just typed Java, and it's still saying usage. These are the options for you. You can actually do that. So you see the option that I had given earlier on is version, just to print the product version and exit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So are you having problems installing that? Are you having problems installing? We'll be talking about the tools that you can have and use. And we have talked about, the Java runtime environment. And I've said you need to have a computer. It may be Windows or Linux or Mac, it doesn't matter, but most devices are now able to install the Android Studio. Now, let's talk about the Android Studio itself. The Android Studio is quite enormous to download. It's somewhere around 780 megabytes of download. So I'd said earlier on, I'd said it's close to 1 GB. Now that depends. If you download it together with the Java runtime environment, it will go to somewhere close to 1 GB. But apparently it's 780 MB. Now we will not do anything unless we have installed Android Studio. Whatever we want to do, even if I were to explain today how to do your first app, which is what we are supposed to do, unless there's confirmation that you have installed the Android Studio. Now, I will need everyone to confirm with me if you have installed Android. How many of you have already done that?
I've done it, sir.
Okay, I'm assuming that's Peter.
Yes, sir.
Benjamin also.
Who?
Benjamin.
Benjamin?
Yes.
Who else? Anyone else who has installed the Android Studio? Anyone else who has installed the Android Studio?
The two of them, they have installed.
The two of them have installed.
Yes.
Yeah, which is worrying, because we need this in order for us to develop for any mobile app. I know there are other ways in which you can develop for Android app, and the other path that we can follow is using what we refer to as Flutter. Flutter is what Google uses. Google is using Flutter, and they're also using Kotlin. But even with Flutter and Kotlin, you still need the studio to do that. Others have argued that you can actually use VS Code, but even with VS Code, you will still need an environment to test your Android package, and that is an Android virtual machine. Yeah, an Android virtual machine, which in most cases to run it, you still need Android Studio. Or otherwise, you have to develop your code and then develop it or pack it into an APK and then put it on your phone to test your environment. But that would be very cumbersome. So the best is to use the Android Studio. So now that there are only 2 people that have done that, I'm a bit skeptical. The number 2 is too small. Even if I were to start explaining things,